Right, some thoughts on carnivore diet and woo-woo. Well, I've got this group, Carnivore and Beyond, 100% Carnivore and Beyond, and also another group called Beyond the Beyond. So we often get some discussions about things that people consider a woo-woo. Now, it depends where you draw the line, really, on woo-woo, doesn't it? There are some people who have discovered carnivory, and that's great, and we all know the benefits of that. But didn't it take a while for us to dig through all the crap to find out about it? And so if you've just found out about carnivory, and then you come onto a group like mine and see people talking about other stuff, it could be anything, all the way from the light and the magnetism. A lot of people accept that. Cold thermogenesis, things like that. See, some people call woo-woo on that, but people have had some fantastic results, great results. So obviously that's not woo-woo to those who've tried it. But then you get into the other stuff, like emotional balancing, like spirituality, stuff like that. Now, people do think that's woo-woo, and those people actually are probably the lucky people who've never had to delve into it. But there are a lot of people who get sick and then carnivory isn't enough. I've talked about this before in other vids. Don't get hung up on diet alone, I think it's called. Maybe I'll link that below. Also, my carnivore diet and spirituality, carnivore diet and ahimsa, things like that, and the why spiritual people are still dying of cancer. They miss out on the other side because they've been all of their life into all the woo-woo stuff, all the spirituality stuff, consciousness stuff, emotional balancing sort of things that people think are woo-woo. Now, on a carnivore diet, you might well be able to bring symptoms down 100% if you're totally together in the head. What about if you're not? What about if you've got other issues? What about if you've got your face in an iBook all night, and so you can see that that's disrupting the circadian balance. Okay, a lot of people are accepting that. What about if you're emotionally all over the place? There are ways of fixing that. These are the last bits that are healed up of the 20%, 10% of symptoms people still have after carnivory. Now, it might be that those are the root causes anyway, and once all hell breaks loose in the body, the signs just get louder. So you get an autoimmune disease, or you get cancer, or something like that. So carnivory is fantastic, brings the symptoms down, then look at the other stuff. People go, I didn't heal completely, it didn't completely work. Well, this is where the magic is, in the woo-woo. Now, think how long it took you to dig through the crap to come to carnivory. Now, it took me 30 odd years, and I think I'm pretty open-minded. But I spend a lot longer, a lot more time digging through the whole spiritual side. And there is more bullshit in there than there is in diet. And it took me a long time. I got hung up in a load of other things. What I'm trying to do here with this group is to bring together people who really understand about the things that work in that woo-woo side. Because it's not all ineffective woo-woo. Some of it is very effective woo-woo. Just one quick example. When I had psoriatic arthritis, I was in terrible agony. And without changing anything of my diet, well, I was still in agony, not as bad as I was, but the joints were still very much affected. I figured out some kind of emotional issue, and my ankles healed up, the worst joints on my body. They healed up overnight, never to return, when the rest of the joints didn't heal up and I didn't change my diet. What went on there? One isolated case, although rheumatologists say that would be impossible. One isolated case, yes, maybe an anecdote. But I see it again and again in loads of people, that emotional issues tie in with various parts of the body. Okay, so we've got all that. The people who I really respect look at all sides of it. The light, the magnetism, the emotional stuff, the spiritual side, and gradually we dig through. And we've dug through this by being wrong so many times. I was wrong about so many things in spirituality for so long, I probably still am. Not that I even regard anything as spiritual anymore, or anything as not spiritual, it all just is. Tying it in with one religion or one doctrine or something like that, it's just nonsense. So, let's get on to the flat earth thing. Now, carnivory seems to have been kind of associated recently with the flat earth, and people are kind of getting a bit upset about this. It's funny, but it's also been associated with Bitcoin, but we're not all arguing about Bitcoin, are we? You know, people made millions out of that. If I'd put the money in 2010 that I almost did, I'd be worth just over $1 billion now. So yeah, that is not woo-woo. Neither is all this other stuff, all the subtle stuff I mentioned before, when you distill out the diamonds from the pile of dog shit. So, let's take flat earth. People say, I'm not mentioning any names on either side, but some people say, oh, I'm discounting this guy's opinion because he believes in flat earth. Well, you see, I've never been one to discount somebody's opinions on other things just because of their opinion in one subject. I've been totally wrong about many things while being right about other things in my life. And I've found out some of the wrong things and admitted them and gone back, or preferably gone forward. So what about these flat earthers? Look, I'm no expert on flat earth. I'm not lumped in with it. To be honest, whatever shape it is, it doesn't affect my life. It doesn't affect the fact that meat heals. We're all one, and the better we can sort out our emotions, the happier we'll be. It's simple to me. But some people who I really respect in many other fields have been fascinated with this flat earth thing. So I've looked into it a little bit. Now, it appears to me that there are some people who are really thinking about it, and some people who just watch 1 or 2 videos and say, oh, the Earth's flat because it's cool. They're like people who watch What the Health or something, and then they're an expert on diet, you know, and go down totally the wrong path. I very much doubt if the Earth is a flat disk spinning through space or whatever it's supposed to be doing. But as I look into it, I can see how the people more intelligent than me, and totally right in 99% of all the areas that they deal with, I can see why they're smelling a rat. There's something that might be interesting in this whole other dimension thing. Now, I'm not even getting into this flat earth thing because I don't understand it. I don't really understand it. I only looked briefly. But I do know that there are people researching it an awful lot who are totally spot on about other things. And I would just encourage everybody to stop this war about it, stop this, you know, I've seen it on my groups. And just chill out. If you're not interested, scroll on by, let them carry on with the research, see what they come up with. They're bright people. You know, look how much else they've got right. So if they can, one thing I do know about them is the kind of people who I respect, who also think there might be something odd here, are not totally committed to it. They're just investigating. They might mention something now and again, you know? And they're the first people who will admit to being wrong and tell us that they were wrong, if they were wrong. So give them some space, eat your steak, enjoy it, and keep an eye on the other stuff. It's fascinating. Don't discount people just because of one belief among their many beliefs. It doesn't make any sense to me. Have you no curiosity? You know? Imagine the people who discount you because you think that eating meat is great. The savage attacks I get and how I have to talk about it all the time. To be honest with you, I'd rather talk about flat earth more. I'd rather sit down with these people, really understand what they're doing. It's fascinating. Why wouldn't it be fascinating to know why they believe this? Really understand why they believe this? I don't believe any one way or the other. You know, I haven't looked into it enough, so I'm 98% convinced we're on a ball spinning through space. Let me be clear about that. But there's a 2% doubt. If we keep a little doubt about everything we believe in, we avoid bigotry. I have doubts about carnivory, only in that there might be something completely better. Some way of thinking. I think it's to do with the light that Jack Cruz has got. But when you're sick, it's great to come back to carnivory. It's the reset diet. But if I can find a way to live on fresh air, live for 1,000 years and not age, I'll start talking about that. And then I will be thought of as being completely mad. So stop discounting people for one belief. Be more open-minded. It's the way that we grow. It's a beautiful world. It's full of... How old are we? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? It's a blink of an eye. We don't know what's out there. We don't even know what's on the bottom of the sea, let alone what's underneath the earth. Anyway, I've waffled enough, but just chill out. You never know. You just never know. If you want to meet some of these people, really, really understand what they're on about, why not come along to our Carnivore and Beyond retreat at the end of April in Spain, 2019? There's some people who don't believe in flat earthers, and people who might do, or are considering other possibilities, and all of the other woo-woo. But these are people who've distilled real good woo-woo. I've not got any idiots who watch one video here. So come along, listen to them. Challenge them. They'll be open too. Sit around the pool with them. Have a steak fight with them. You just never know. I'm looking forward to my mind being opened when I actually get to hang out with these people. So details of that below as well. Come along, see for yourself. See you there maybe.